Well, good evening here in our kitchen. Jaden and I and you are going to make butter tonight. You want to make homemade butter?
Yeah.
He does. We love homemade butter. So let's get started with that. And all you need is a quart of heavy cream and salt. Okay, I'm going to have Jaden help me pour into the mixing bowl. And you're just going to put that whole entire quart into this bowl. Now we're going to turn it on. We're going to start on low. And we're going to turn it as high as we can without it splashing. I have my mixing bowl guard, so we're going to go ahead and put that on. It's going to first make whipping cream or whipped cream. And then you're going to hear the buttermilk start to slosh, and it is almost ready at that point. Okay, so we're getting to the whipped cream state. It's almost there. And it will begin to separate after it goes from this. When it makes the stiff peaks, then it will start separating, and the buttermilk will be coming off of the fat, and that's where we're making butter. Okay, just wanted to show you that it's starting to separate. So we're getting some buttermilk, and the butter fat is separating from the liquid. So I'm going to turn it back on high and let it finish. So here we are. All of the fat from the butter is in the whisk. And we're going to take it over to the sink and rinse. Okay, I have a bowl of ice water, and Little Chef and I are going to submerge this in the ice water. We're going to let it get good and cool. And we're going to rinse this butter until the water is clear. Put it back in the bowl, and then we're going to add our salt. So we just want to show you what the milk looks like when you separate the butter from it. So here we're just going to take the beater and take all of the butter out of it. And we're just going to drop it into that cold water.
Oh no, hurry me, not stuck.
It's not stuck. It'll be okay. We're going to get it out. Okay, we're just going to collect all of that butter out of that ice water. And we're just going to rinse, squeezing it. And you want the water to run clear. That's going to keep your butter fresher longer. It's not going to go bad as quick if your butter is rinsed well. Got all the milk out of it.
Wow.
The milk is what goes bad, the liquid.
Wow.
So we're going to take the butter that we just rinsed, put it back into a bowl with a beater. Now we're going to add the salt. This is where you could add herbs, garlic, any kind of flavoring that you might want to flavor your butter with. I'm going to start off with about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and we're going to mix that in and give it a taste. Tasted, I'm going to add just a little bit more salt. All right, so the butter's all done. I ended up putting a teaspoon and a 1/4 of salt in this. And we're going to put it in my butter bowl, my butter dish. And I leave my butter on the counter so it stays soft. And butter doesn't last very long around here. Probably be good for at least a week on the counter. Okay, I'm just finishing up the bowl. Getting the last bit out. Then we're going to toast some bread and see how it tastes. Clean up the bowl here. Toasted some fresh bread. We're just going to take a little bit of this butter, spread it all over the top. And there's nothing better than warm bread and fresh butter.